All right, we have some games that are final, especially a bunch of the small schools are already pretty much set of who is going to the 2022 Texas State Championship football games. Before we get into all the action, I want to bring in my co-host here, James Bellini. James, how do you think this season's gone so far? Are the real winners in it tonight?
Absolutely, man. All these teams are good. There's no shame in losing at this point, man. You're one of the top 8 teams in the state.
I know. It's been really good. Speaking of good, I want to let you guys know about this deal that's going on at All-American Chevrolet of San Angelo. Right now, it's their Red Tag event. Right now, find your tag, find your deal. You can get the 2022 Chevy Equinox. You can get a $1,500 total cash allowance when you get the $500 Red Tag bonus cash plus your $1,000 cash allowance on select popular 2022-2023 Chevy models. If you like this car, trust me, you'll like more that they have. Go see it now at All-American Chevrolet of San Angelo right now. View their inventory or go see them at 203 North Bryant in San Angelo or call them at 325-203-5425. All right, James, let's go ahead and get into some of these highlights. First game we were at tonight was Canadian versus Gunter. This is late in the third quarter here. Man, it was a battle all night between the two. Right here, 14-14 until this. Interception, no.
They call it
touchdown. What do they call that, James?
Simultaneous possession.
Simultaneous possession, touchdown right there. Missed the extra point, got to be 20-14. Can Gunter put out Canadian? We saw the Wallhawks battle it out with Canadian. Saw how good they were. But here is Gunter. Boom. Bang it in. It's going to make it 20-20 tie ball. Oh, no, this was the score right here that Canadian had to make it 20-14. Excuse me. So Canadian at this point, 20-14, they missed the extra point.
PI. Pass interference. Here we go, another deep pass. Oh, drop the
almost
pick.
Intercepted. It's wet out there.
Drop the pick. Man, he got to be kicking himself for that one.
Gunter driving down the field. Throws it up.
Oh.
Catches it in the end zone. This would make it 20-20 all. They got to get a stop.
Just a slant pattern, man.
It's all up to right now.
Here we go, last chance for Canadian here.
21-20. Canadian throwing it. Kind of got hit a little bit early. Nonetheless, ball game.
Hey, Canadian had a couple chances to put it away. They had an interception. They had that pass interference. They had the drop interception. They had a chance to put it away and put them out. And you saw how foggy it was. It was probably slick. You saw the guy slip. Those are all. That's what makes football football. So. There you go. There you have it. Gunter is going on to play at the state level there.
Yep, state championships right there in the eyes of Gunter. James, what did you think about that game? It was very close the whole time. Were you expecting that close to the game, and if so, do you think that Gunter's going to win, and who do they play next?
I mean, well, we saw Canadian did to Wall last week, 45-10, and Wall's defense is stout. And Gunter was at that state game last year. They lost to Franklin, I think. And they're just a really good football team. And I figured they would go back. They were kind of favored among all the talking heads for the high school football. And Gunter has a real chance to win this. These are the top 4 teams in the state at this point. There's no... Congratulate your 4th or 3rd? Come on.
Right, yeah, they've been playing football for a very long time. All right, somebody that was down on the field was Ryan Chadwick. He got us all those nice clips. Plus, be a lookout on his write-up. That's going to be coming up pretty quick. But until then, here is Ryan Chadwick for his thoughts on the game. Ryan?
I'm here at the end of the Canadian-Gunter game, and wow, what a fourth quarter finish by Gunter. They come from behind in this one, score on the final drive with less than 2 minutes to go to claim victory, 21-20. It looked like Canadian was going to be able to hang on until about the end of the fourth quarter. In the third quarter, Gunter tied the game at 14, but Canadian turned right back around and marched down the field to score. There was about 1:58 left. Incredible crowd back here, guys. With about a minute 58 left, Gunter went on about a 10-play, 80-yard drive. Picture-perfect 2-minute offense, hit plenty of passes on the sideline to keep stopping that clock. Nothing Canadian could do as they encroached on the end zone. And then on the final play to score the touchdown, quarterback faked like he was going to throw that same out route again, but put it back over the middle on a slant, and Gunter takes the lead. They hold Canadian off on their last gasp, and they are headed to Jerry World in the 2A state championship. Congratulations to the Gunter Tigers. Better luck next time, Canadian. That's football, guys, and you gotta love it.
That is right. Gotta love it. That's football. That's right from Ryan Chadwick. I want to let you guys know about this deal right here, the pizza of the month from Double Dave's Pizza. It's the Naughty Dave. Go get it today. $12 for a medium slice. That's a medium pie, actually. But it's really good pizza. I promise you, you're going to like it. It's crispy thin crust, buffalo ranch sauce, mozzarella, pepperoni, sausage, and jalapenos. It's really good, and I promise you, they have gift cards, so if you're looking for a good holiday gift, go ahead and go to Double Dave's. Get the Naughty Dave. And tell them COVER1 and San Angelo Live sent you. All right, James, moving on. But before we do, we want to go ahead and say that this is probably going to be the game next week, right?
I believe so.
Gunter Tigers, Poth Pirates. What's the score right now over there for Poth?
It's in the fourth quarter now. Poth is up 44-28 over Harmony. Harmony did score recently, but I don't know how much time is left in this fourth quarter. We'd have to dig deep on that one.
Well, you know me. I'm more like Fox News. I'll go ahead and call it early. I'll go ahead and say that Poth is just going to take that one. So next week in Jerry's World, it's going to be a mix-up of that right there, of the Poth Pirates and the Gunter Tigers.
And Poth's a good team too. Poth's a real good team. So Gunter's good. Obviously they're at state. They're both really good teams. But Poth is another team that a lot of people were saying wasn't gonna, win that region. So that'll be a good one. That'll be interesting to be at.
Absolutely. All right, James.
Actually, Poth just scored again, 51-28. So
probably pretty close.
Probably,
to say
yeah. You could probably. I mean, I don't know if the score is accurate or not, but you could probably say that Poth's gonna win this one.
Definitely. All right, James. We only got a few scores to look at, but let's go ahead and pull those bad boys up, huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Angelo Bolt's going to go ahead and sponsor this. This is Angelo Bolt Industrial Supply. Go see them at 808 Warehouse Road. Port Neches Groves versus Liberty Hill, 42-14. Looks like Port Neches moving on. You surprised, James?
Kind of. I mean, Liberty Hill's at the game last year. Was at the state game last year, so yeah, I kind of am.
All right. Let's see what's going on here. Moving on, Decatur, China Springs, 24-14. Decatur in the third quarter still has some time to move back, but as of right now, China Springs is up. Glen Rose Tiger versus Carthage. James, I know you've been looking at this one closely.
Yeah,
what's going on with this one?
Glen Rose was actually down 28-14 when we got here, and then we started doing our work, and then come back fourth quarter, 35-28 Glen Rose. They're fighting back out of this. That's what's going on, man. That's resilience right there.
Absolutely.
That's
it was
resilience.
what was this? When we started watching it, it was, what was it? 21.
That was 28-14 when we started watching.
28-14. Now the score is 35-28. So
Yep.
those Glen Rose Tigers, they're fighting hard. All right,
Yep.
moving on. Harmony and Poth, 44-28. We were talking about this game. Probably gonna go play Gunter next week in the state championship. That's the Poth Pirates. Tyler Hill Chapel and Bernie. James, 35-0.
In the fourth quarter, yeah.
Ooh.
Bernie got him.
You were talking about in the pregame show that you really favored those guys. I mean, what a dominant performance there.
Yeah, this is semifinals, man. You don't put up 35. You don't go up 35-0 in the semifinals unless you're.
Oh, are we talking
team.
big time favorites?
Let's see who they're playing next week before we start talking about big time favorites.
There we go, and we will, because South Oak Cliff right now 7-0 up right now against Argyle. It is a very, very, very close game right now. South Oak Cliff Bears up against Argyle. Cuero versus Wimberley. Wimberley wins tonight 42-36. This is going to be who wins out of that Glen Rose game. I don't even have those up on the screen. I'm sorry, guys. So we'll go ahead and go back. Argyle, South Oak Cliff 7-0. And then Cuero versus Wimberley 42-36. James, this is who plays Glen Rose. Do you have any updates on Glen Rose and what do you
Carthage?
think? Who do you think is going to win?
Right now, it looks like Glen Rose and Wimberley are going to play each other, so that'll be interesting, man.
I think
fighting back out of it. If you're a good team. If you can fight it back 21 points down, you're a good team.
Absolutely. And they've been on a tear here, and they've been playing in West Texas, and they're probably one of the closest teams, I guess, to San Angelo. So I guess we better root for those guys. All right, moving to the next one here. It is going to be Canadian and Gunter. We watched this one live. Probably the closest game out of all of these games so far, 21-20, and Gunter wins because of a Canadian missed field goal. Moving on, Mart and Burton, 41-14. Mart going to another state championship there. New home Albany, 53-25. James, you were at this game. What do you think about this score, and what do you think about the next matchup for it?
Albany was just dominant from the start. They didn't slow down. They didn't look back. They kept playing hard, and that's going to be a really good one next week. I'm really excited about that one. Mart is a very storied program. They got a lot of history there at Mart, and I think under this head coach at Albany, it's like his 6th state appearance, or it's going back to state or something like that. Something crazy. It's something crazy.
When you talk to him, when you talked to him last night, you could tell that he was a coach that has been interviewed 100 times, and he's like, at this point in the year, it's like, I don't want to talk to unless it's like,
very dry.
Very dry. Not going to give you much.
A lot of them coaches are like that, though, where they just kind of give you we're going to play good defense, and we're going to play good offense, and we're going to put up more points than the other team, hopefully, and hopefully we'll come home with a win. Don't give you a whole lot. So, he's a good he's a winner, though. He wins. He's been there, and
he won. I mean, he's a big-time winner.
So he deserves it. He deserves it. They deserve it. That team does. They're really good.
Moving on, Refugio versus Timpson, 24-21. And then they're going to be playing the Holly Bearcats 34-20. Going to be a good one there. Franklin 41, Edna 13. Brock 21-10. That's going to be the matchup there. We got a couple games that haven't started yet. That's going to be tomorrow's games. Austin Westlake versus San Antonio Brennan. South Lake Harold Denton Geyer. Oh, losing capabilities here. That's okay. That's probably the end of them anyways. There's a few more. We got Galena Park North Shore, of course. They're going to be taking on Westlake, and Katy Tigers going to be taking on Duncanville. Those two are going to be the 6A battles that are really going to be tearing it up. Speaking of tearing it up, if you want to tear it up, especially about your money, do it with Davis Woodfin. 4.7% APR right now. Brokerage CD rates as of November 25th. Right now, $1,000 minimum investment for 12 months. You get 4.7% APR on brokerage CD rates as of November 25th. Go see Davis Woodfin right now, or give him a call, 325-249-0082. That's Davis Woodfin, Edward Jones, making sense of investing, 325-249-0082. All right, James, moving on. We're just going to talk a little bit at the end of this show just about some of the upcoming matchups that we'll be going through. And we're going to go ahead and start with this one. It's going to be Albany versus Mart. Y'all are going to the games. I'm not going to be able to talk to you guys much after y'all are gone. So I want to kind of get your thoughts now. Albany versus Mart, what you thinking?
They're both really good football teams, man. Albany has been. We actually saw a little bit of Albany down in this area. They played. They're in the Miles Bulldogs district, and they whooped up on Miles pretty good. They're a really good football team. Their quarterback's playing well. They got Adam Hill back at running back. He's got over 1,500 yards on 23 touchdowns or something like that. Lefevre, I don't even know if you'd call him a backup. Their running game is just so good. And he's got 1,000 yards and about the same, I think, on touchdowns. They're just running teams into the ground. And if you watched our pregame show, you saw Adam Hill hurdle two guys. You saw him run down the sidelines and keep his feet in bounds. And you saw Lefevre, bashing through that offensive line. They're just a really good, run really well. Their defense is opportunistic. They snagged the ball away a couple times. That gave them more momentum. There's a reason they put up 53 points. They're a damn good team. Mart, on the other hand, is they're the same. They have a quarterback there that is just playing out of his mind so far. I can't remember his name right now, but he's got 36 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. Oh, what's his name? Ross. Jonah Ross? Is that his name?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but James, go ahead and just kind of give me your score, and go ahead and give me your pick for this game, so we can go ahead and move on. But for the 2A small schools, who are you picking, Albany or Mart?
I'm gonna go with Albany, man. Yeah, they seem to have momentum right now. I mean, obviously, all these teams are winning up to this point, but they had kind of an energy last night that was just New Home just couldn't match it. And I think they're just playing. They're really hot right now. They got hot at the right time, and they're really good.
You got a score for me?
What did I say? 24-21 earlier.
24-21.
That is one thing though that I noticed. They had a block kick, couldn't really get the ball off the ground. I might want to change that to what is it? 20 or 27.
Remember, perfect conditions, because it's in Jerry's world.
Yeah, but perfect conditions don't help you when you get it blocked. So. When they're running it down for 2 points and they get that, then they get the ball. That's that's like taking a safety and giving up a touchdown. You just punt it right back to them. So
yeah, exactly. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and give my pick. I think that Albany is going to win this game. I think they're going to win it probably by 2 touchdowns, or probably not 2. I would probably say, yeah, I think I got the same thing probably as you, maybe 9-13, I guess. But either way, I'm going to call it probably 12. Let's see. Yeah, probably 22-12.
All right.
What do you think? 22-12?
You're trying to go scorigami on us?
I guess. It could happen.
It can happen.
We're talking about they're going to be missing extra points, but on the other side, they're going to be getting some. So I don't think all of them. Moving on to our next game, it's going to be another team that you followed really closely, so I'm interested in hearing what you got to say about it. It is going to be Refugio and Holly. What do you think?
Holly is on a warpath this season, man. When we talked to Coach Abels last week after they beat Cisco, they beat the hell out of Cisco, man, 40-7. And Cisco was the big rival. Last year it came down to a tackle. If Will Scott didn't make that tackle last year, it very easily could have been Cisco at the state level,
right,
getting run on by Doug Brooks. Mm-hmm. So, and for them to come out and they had a very junior heavy class. They're all seniors now, and they Compton, the running back, he's got that same energy that they had that same energy that Albany had. They have tons of weapons, and it's almost like pick your poison, And I know that people say that an awful lot. If you go look at their roster, they're stacked across the board. They really are.
So go ahead and give me your pick and give me your score.
Refugio is a good team too. They're a storied program, and they've got a lot of. I'll go Holly 35, Refugio 28.
I'm going to stick pretty close to you. I'm going to say 28-17, Holly. I think, Refugio is a good school, but at the same time, they're just, you're playing with a whole another game when you're talking about Holly. We've seen them whoop up on some teams. All right, James.
Who's the team they played last week? They played Shiner last week, correct? Refugio?
Right.
And that was a 4th down and 12 from the 13-yard line, or maybe 4th and 13 from the 12-yard line. Like 4 minutes left. Quarterback just bombed it down the right sideline. His guy ran under it. Shiner missed a tackle, and that actually won them the game. They were down 22-19.
These games right now are, it's nail biters, every single one of them, as you saw tonight with the 21-20 score of Canadian and Gunter. And I think that's really what we're going to talk about next too. Is Gunter, got to go play Poth. James, tell me something. Is this going to be as close as the rest of them, or are they just playing to fight a buzzsaw that are the Poth Pirates?
Man, Gunter has a pretty good program. They were there last year. They were there, and yeah, they got beat, but they were still there. Poth is one of those schools that everybody was talking about. Is they're going to win their region, and a lot of people were high on them. Preseason. And they've beat some really good teams. They beat Falls City. Falls City was always really good. I think they made it 2-3 rounds deep this year. And they lost to Shiner, but that was 22-21. And they're a good team. So that score I'm gonna say is gonna be. I'm gonna give it to Gunter. I'm gonna go like 21 to. I'll go 20. I'll go 21-20. I'll go 21-20 on that one.
21-20, same score. They're going to win 2 weeks in a row. I'm going to say
Someone's
cap on that one. I'm going to go with Poth, and if we can put a friendly wager on this, I'm down with it. I think the Poth Pirates right now, we're going to smoke them. I think the final score of that one is going to be 35-14. I think that's going to be one of the uglier games that are going to be in the state championships. I think, everybody was kind of meeting up the West Texas just to meet those guys on the other side of Texas, and I think this is where we're really going to get some butt kickings in. But this last game, James, I'm going to ask you, which graphic do I need to put up?
Oh, the Brock graphic, man.
Oh, wait. Well, yeah, but we're not there yet. We got a smaller school to get to first. What is it? What is this Glen Rhodes Carthage score?
That is still 35-28.
Fourth quarter score?
Oh, Carthage came back 42-35 final Carthage.
Final Carthage. Okay, so I knew I had to pick which one of these graphics I had to pull up because I had them both ready because I know these are really going to be two close games here. But here we go. Wimberley Texans versus the Carthage Bulldogs. I'm a Houston Texas fan, so I'll probably rock with Wimberley. But, James, what do you think about this?
That's hard to vote against them guys that, were up and then were down and then fought back out of it. So, Carthage probably give them a run, man. They stay dead even on scores in the semifinals. So,
yeah, I mean, exactly.
Really
what was the final score to that Wimberley game?
42-36.
Oh, so they kind of won by a touchdown, too. It's still a pretty close game. They gave up some points.
Absolutely close.
So, what are you thinking?
I think it might be a high score. I mean, 42-40, 42-35, something like that.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe
high,
around there, maybe that
high score.
48-35 score. I think 40.
Hey, we all love watching touchdowns.
45-35 Wimberley Texans.
I'll go 48-40 Carthage.
All right. That sounds like a pretty good deal. And then one last game. You already kind of alluded to it, but we're going to go ahead and rock with it either way. It is, bang, Brock Eagles. Oh, sorry. This isn't, that isn't even the right damn graphic. I'm sorry. Oh, come on. Here we go. Brock Eagles taking on the Franklin Lions. James, Brock has had a tough battle going out this whole entire playoff run. I mean, the Bushland score, it was 27-7, and they came back and won it, and they have done nothing but have to do one thing after the other to try to come back in games and come back in games and come back in games.
They didn't just come back against...
What are we thinking with the Brock Eagles?
They didn't just come back against Bushland. They blew it out of the water 51-27. Brock started off the season 0-4, and Billy Mathis has them playing really well. And
people were freaking out.
I remember when Chad Worrell left, and it was kind of a big deal, and Brock is royalty in Texas, They kind of benefit from where they're at, though. They're right there, right outside the Metroplex, right outside Weatherford. I think they get a lot of them kids who don't, want to go to big schools, or maybe their parents don't want them going to big schools or something.
Well, really, that's the country. Those are the country folks. Those are the Wall Americas. Those are the ones, the kids that pick up hay bales. You know what I mean? They're doing their thing, not worried about a little football until football rolls around.
But last year I know they got beat. Lorena beat them pretty good, and I think they're kind of the same thing Holly is. I think they're kind of coming back. I think they're going to come back really hard, and I think they want a ring. I think they want a ring.
Well, so go ahead and give me your thoughts.
I'm going to go Brock 35-21 over Franklin.
So last year, what was the final score? Do we have that?
I can get it.
All right, so that's because I'm feeling the same kind of vibes here. This is kind of a letdown. It's always just seems like a letdown spot right here for the Brock Eagles. They've been to state multiple times with the last year thing. It kind of showed me some real stuff. That maybe these kids, people are catching up to them, right? So, I don't know. I'm thinking the score is going to kind of be 28-27, 28-26.
Last year they lost
Franklin?
Last year they lost to Raina 35-18.
35-18. I think it's going to be a little closer this year, but I still don't think that Brock can do it. I'm going to go with the Franklin Lions.
All right.
So those are games. Other games that we got to, we're not going to talk about exactly, but some games that are wrapping up. Of course, we talked about Galena Park North Shore, Duncanville, Austin Vandergrift versus Katy, DeSoto, and Denton Geyer. Then College Station and the Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial High School down there. Also Longview, Aledo, and Port Neches and Liberty Hill, Argyle, and South Oak Cliff. Of course, some of those are finals. You can check out all those finals on SanAngeloLive.com/scores. Guys, I want to let you know, really not guys, here's a little secret that you need to tell your lady. Instead of getting you a Home Depot gift card or a Lowe's gift card, go down to Angelo Bolt at 808 Warehouse Drive and shop locally. Get yourself a local gift card there at 808 Warehouse Drive. That's Angelo Bolt Industrial Supply. There, you can find everything from bolts, nuts, hand tools, power tools, shop supplies, anything you need with even large companies like Milwaukee and DeWalt. Go down there, Angelo Bolt at 808 Warehouse Drive. They're San Angelo's #1 choice for industrial supplies since 1994. All right, James, just like always, we're going to do it. Final thoughts? Hit me with it.
Final thoughts before state, man. We had a lot of good games this year. I'm kind of, when Manny left, I told him I was upset with him last night because he left and I had to move in the studio, so I love doing the football stuff. I love going out there. And but I got to go out during the playoffs. I got to watch some really good games. I went to Albany last night. I went to Holly Cisco last week, and then I went to Early for Erie County and Abbott, and I just had a blast this season so far. And it's not over yet. We got one more week, and we're going to Jerry World next week. And I'm not going to get a lot of sleep, but
it'll be fun because
sleep
the
is for
people
the
get
dead,
to
right?
see like 3 cover ones in one day and 3 cover ones the next day and 3 cover ones the next day. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it will be fun. We're going to have a good time there. So
I mean, it's football.
It is football, man. It's supposed to be fun.
And if you get tired, just remember you have like 200 days of rest before next season kicks off.
There's no 200 days of rest between football, man. As soon as state's over, you go right into off season.
There you go, exactly. All right, my final thought for the night is don't forget, guys, we are going to be having a Cover 1 team. That's all Concho Valley team, and it's going to have everything from the MVP to the Coach of the Year, everything in between. If you have somebody that you would like to submit as a player that has been very good this year, go ahead and submit that to James at SanAngeloLive.com. He will go ahead and take all those submissions that you have. If you have a coach or a player or whichever, go ahead and submit those to us, because we want to make sure this list is full of everyone from the Concho Valley and everybody gets as much recognition as possible. So go ahead and send that to. That's once again James at SanAngeloLive.com. That's for the Cover 1, I guess not all-star team, but the Cover 1 team.
The All Cover 1 team.
The All Cover 1 team.
The All Cover 1 team.
Yeah.
The Cover 1 Awards. The
There you go.
onesies.
Yes, we're having the Cover 1 Awards, or as James likes to call them, the onesies, I guess. We're having the Cover 1 Award show not this Friday because we're still going through state championships, but the Friday after that. So don't miss it. We'll have everybody on the show. We'll have coaches and players and all kinds of stuff. So
And we'll have some neat stuff for who makes the team. We'll have some good stuff for them. So
exactly. All right, so this has been the Cover 1, post-game show for the night. We gave you a little bit of action between Canadian and Gunter, so go back and look at some of that, plus all of our analysis and the scores of tonight's game. Plus, if you're looking for scores for tomorrow night, make sure you go to SanAngeloLive.com/scores. I want to go ahead and thank all of our sponsors, whether it be All-American Chevrolet, the Autoplex, Team and Investments, Edward Jones, Angelo Bolt, and, of course, Double Dave's Pizza. Thank you to all those guys. Plus, thank you to all of our listeners. This has been the Cover 1 post-game show. Make sure you tune in next week for the state championships.